Hi, welcome back to our live. Today we're gonna be doing in the next episode. Maybe we're doing the one of the more official episodes instead of the DLCs. I'm Twilight,
And I'm KG.
and yeah,
Yeah.
so
Alright.
what do you want to do?
Okay, so I already picked Sleepover the last one, so
Oh, okay.
let's see.
I guess it's my turn.
see.
So,
Yeah, it's your
yeah.
turn.
Or I guess we're just gonna pick one of the ones that I just said. How about Fireflies?
Fireflies? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so we are gonna be playing Fireflies.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, it's already started. Okay. Alright. Tonight we're gonna catch fireflies. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight, particularly balmy, you knew there were bound to be a ton of them around.
Oh, are you? Oh, you are you?
Yeah, you started to eat faster. You looked over at your mom's. You pushed your food around your plate.
I don't even know.
Let's see. Do you want to randomize it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, are you gonna randomize it or is it me?
Yeah, I can randomize it this episode.
Okay, yeah, sure, go. That'd be nice.
Okay, the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
You rock slightly from
Lightly.
side to lightly frick. You rocked lightly from side to side in your seat, already excited for your after dinner activity. Catching fireflies was great. It was a great way to spend a summer evening, and you could already envision the little lightning bugs drifting through the darkened sky. Oh, I actually get to see them in the background.
There's Shiloh. Oh, I didn't notice in the background. Wow.
Yeah, in the background. I know
didn't
most of
notice
the
that.
backgrounds are already animated. If a lot of people don't know, you just have to really look, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can totally see the
Fireflies in the background.
Fireflies." And then I think that's one in the house. I think.
What? No.
I saw one moving in the house, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's
No.
one in the house, like right there, like there."
Well, I mean,
Like it was like coming up from the table
okay.
and going up to the window.
I didn't notice.
Well, one snuck in the house apparently. Anyways, continuing.
Okay. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Clockwork?
Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over early in the morning before her job started. But normally, she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your moms know that she'd be late. You didn't hear why, probably more work things. You thought maybe Lizzie getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer
What?
is what made... Oh, wait. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh longer is what Lizzie want to keep running around outside. I don't know what I said earlier. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said a different name. I'm like, frick.
Well, I don't know. You forgot
know,
maybe
frick.
or maid, but yeah.
What? I don't know, frick.
That's okay. Whatever. Let's continue.
Whatever, I guess. Okay. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her. With guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. Well, it's already
Hey,
so-
wait.
no, it's you, frick.
Yeah.
I gave her. My God.
Wait. Well, it's already so dark out there.
Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited there for their response.
There.
Let them go. Nights like these don't happen every day. Your parents exchanged a look, then Mom eventually sighed and nodded back. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you finished chewing to say anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full.
Fine.
Fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay?
Duh.
Duh, Mom. That's where most of them are. God. The idea had only just been implanted in your head, but you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. All too quickly, it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No chugging at the dinner table now.
That's right. If someone died, we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all.
Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Sheldon did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she could.
Elizabeth?
Jeez.
No one is gonna die, sheesh. A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it. Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was.
Huh?
You shifted in your seat to try and get a glimpse of an unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's flappy hat.
Cove! What are you doing here?
In an instant, you hopped out of your seat and ran you.
I think you had to talk slower.
I know.
Talk slower.
Hold on. In an instant, you hopped out of your seat and run over, a wide grin on your face. Cove returned it with a small smile of his own. Bouncing up and down on the balls of your feet excitingly, you tug on Mommy's sleeve, hoping she'd ask him to stay. It didn't matter why he was there. It meant that he could join you in all in catching fireflies. Then for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this because he borrowed it from you.
What?
Ugh,
This off?
frick. My dad told... Okay, it's a lot of editing. Frick.
Calm down.
I don't know
Just
what's
read
happening.
slowly.
I don't know what's happening to me today. It's like... I'm just dying in here. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver out of his large side pocket. Eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great, thanks, bye! Lizzie!
Don't make me be a Don't do that. I'm my only friend. Okay.
So rude.
I know.
It's like, great, thanks, bye.
About to close the door.
Like, shuts the door on him. So funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged and Mom stood from the table too.
I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here all right.
Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove.
Shiloh gave a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Cove, are you gonna catch fireflies with us? You can come with us if you want to.
Yeah.
You weren't sure what to say now.
Let's see.
I want him to come with us.
Yeah, let's
But
go.
I want to be like, you can come with us, only if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Is that what you agreed to?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You can come with us if you want. From the corner of your eye, you could see Lizzie glaring at you for mentioning their excursion to an outsider. Excuse you, Shiloh's here.
She really doesn't like Cove.
It's like, cause like Cove is like rebelling against her, which is something she probably doesn't expect. Well, whatever. This is Lizzie.
Yeah, it's Lizzie.
Yeah. Trying not to meet her gaze, you looked at Cove. Whatever Lizzie thought of him, he wasn't exactly a stranger anymore.
We're gonna catch fireflies on the hill out back.
You said that with a smile, hoping Cove would want to come.
Yeah.
I can do that. I've never caught one before. It's too bad he didn't have the chance before. The fireflies weren't out when he first moved in, and there must have not been any where he used to live. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier.
What did she have?
Eggs. Just eggs.
Aw. Well, I mean, eggs is good.
Eggs is good by itself, but I would have like rice. But that's just the Asian in me. Just have rice with everything. Yep.
Same here. The Asian in us are just the thing.
Eating with rice all the time.
Yeah.
The clipped one answer seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mom came back into the room.
Okay.
Cove, okay. Cove, your dad said you can stay for a little while, if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later.
Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun! This will be so nice. I think I just meshed like Lizzie's voice and mommy's
It's
voice
fine.
like together. And I'm
I sometimes have a difficulty in differentiating my Shiloh and my Sheena voice.
She's like, because they're all little kids, so it's like, great.
Yeah.
As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. The three of you had all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside.
Remember, don't stray too far.
It's fine, Mom. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie, who was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door.
Come on, let's go.
Sorry, I had to burp. After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh by the time you walked outside. You pushed the door behind you, watching their figures get farther and farther away.
Hurry up!
You're so slow, Sheena. We don't have all night. You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove still walking at a relaxed pace. Are you not gonna come?
Oh, that's too many.
Tugged him along. You walked with him. You waved at him to hurry. You ran off. I'm gonna ask you if he's
Too many. To
You just
choose.
wa-
Let's randomize.
randomize it. Okay, how many is that? It is 5. You're just really lazy sometimes.
I'm lazy.
We ran off.
No. Okay, bye. Oh,
We ran off. You needed a head start if you're going to catch more fireflies than Lizzie tonight. With your shoes slapping against the pavement beneath you, you hurried to catch up with the others. You stopped when you reached the hill, looking over your shoulder to make sure Cove was still following. You couldn't see him yet, but you knew he'd be coming. He had seemed excited about the prospect of catching fireflies before all of you left the house. A grin broke across your face as you raced up on the hill to join Lizzie and Shiloh, admiring the fireflies that bobbed around like boys.
I really don't even know what that is.
I really don't know what this is.
Boys.
Boys on a wave in a delicate moonlight. I'm gonna look that up. What the heck that means?
Yeah, sure,
Later.
let's do that. Yeah, later.
Later. There was barely any wind, which made it perfect for the little lighting bugs to be out exploring in the big wide world. Where's Cove?
He's coming.
Yes, because we left him behind.
I know, I feel bad. But honestly, oh, there he is. I'm sorry, Cove.
He just ran off and he's like, frick. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's so sad. I'm like, frick, we're terrible
Sad.
friends.
Yeah,
Like, terrible friends. We're just running off like that. It's funny. He's looking at us like, what the heck?
Yeah. He's like, what the heck? Why did you leave me?
Regretting life choices up to this. Just kidding. I'm just joking.
No, it's okay. I mean, our choices are very...
Yeah. You pointed behind. Sure enough, after a second, Cove round the corner, still not in any sort of rush.
Wow.
Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you to the hill.
Hey guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? What? See how many there are?
Yeah. A firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. You looked on quietly. You shooed the bug. I don't know. I guess we'll randomize it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. You looked on. You quietly looked on. You took a couple steps back, slowly trying not to spook the little bug as you admire how it glowed so brightly against Cove's hair. Cove raised an eyebrow, giving you a confused look, and Shiloh giggled. You gestured to his head, and he reached up, making the firefly dart away. Cove jumped, then followed after the glow.
Oh, look! Lizzie has one! That's amazing!
Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group divided and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozens of other fireflies sitting around. The game was on. You had a bandage on your thumb and tried to be cautious of that. You had a bandage on your palm and tried to be cautious of that. You had 2 bandages on your hand and you tried to be cautious of that.
What?
You were too good at not getting cuts or scratches. You weren't so worried about that.
I don't even know.
From what I remember, our character had a lot of scratches, so
Oh, yeah.
I guess she would have 2 bandages because she's that rambunctious.
I guess so.
Despite her
I don't even
appearance.
remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
You're good at not getting cuts or scratches?
so. You weren't. So your hand would be like free. There's no bandages on it.
Oh, okay.
Like these 3, like it says that you are like cautious of like, oh yeah, I've had bandages on my hands and stuff. I guess you want to go for 2 bandages.
Sure, why not?
Okay. You had 2 bandages on your hand and you tried to be cautious of that. Spotting one close by, you approached it with an assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, carefully not to crush it. The firefly landed on your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny lips tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it, his pink cast waved awkwardly through the air, folding his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. I don't know how to say that. I was like,
What?
Wah.
I don't even know.
Wah.
I didn't even.
I don't know. Cove watched it vanish into thin air with dissatisfaction expression on his face. You encouraged him to try again. You told him about the firefly you had. You made a joke about what happened. You did your own things.
How about randomize?
Randomize it? Okay.
Yes.
We're having a randomizing episode today.
Oh, you know, I feel like that should be a thing.
It should be at some points, but then like we have like again similar mindset, so yeah, whatever. Alright. You told them about the firefly you had. Yeah. A choice we actually like.
Look over here! I got one! Come see!
Cove gave one more look in the direction of of his lost prize before coming closer and peering at the insect still crawling across your palm. You held out your hand and he leaned closer, eyes widened a tad behind his glasses. Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug as he inched his hand closer to yours. Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly over top of one of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. You stayed very still. You pulled your hand back. I would stay still.
Yeah, I'd stayed still too.
Yeah, I would stay still. Yeah. The last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare off the shiny treasure off.
Oh, cool. I didn't notice.
The Firefly noticed the new connection crawled up onto Cove's hand. He quietly gasped. Yeah, I think this one's one of the newer CGs that you can get in the game. Before, there wasn't something like this, but it was interesting.
Well, I mean, before with my version, it's just Cove's hand, we don't even know whose hand that was, though.
Yeah, it wasn't. We don't know who that is, but then now it's kind of like confirmed that it's Cove's hand. My only thing is that this hand is way bigger than the
yeah, it
hand.
looks too much like an adult's hand.
Exactly, it's too much like an adult's hand, which is, I think, one thing that can be fixed. But that's up to the creator to do that. And one thing I really like is the fact that when they added the bracelet, I was like, what point do we talk about the bracelet? And it wasn't until this moment where, oh look, it's the bracelet that we're wearing.
Yeah.
The choice that you make, the bracelet will appear on your wrist, which
and
is
then
really
the bandages.
Yeah, and the bandages too. So that's also
pretty
cool.
neat.
I'm pretty sure the hands will be different if you pick. I think we pick medium or slender, whatever.
Oh yeah, I guess
But
that's
it will be different depending on what you choose.
Yeah, makes sense.
It worked.
Yeah, you got one.
Cove's lips turn up into a slow smile, and his eyes shine brighter than the bug. Thanks, Sheena. With a laugh, he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low high five.
Low five.
Low five, frick. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. Your Firefly was gone.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry. You scolded him, you forgave him, you teared up. You forgive him.
Yeah, I forgive him too.
Yeah, it's what are you gonna scold him for?
Yeah, it's just a Firefly.
This is Firefly. There's literally there's literally more. It's literally in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you talking about? Just kidding. You forgave him.
That's okay. I couldn't keep it forever.
You're right.
Right, bugs have to stay outside. Let's get another. You decide to collect more. You decide to sit
More.
in the grass and watch. I don't know.
I think collect more. I mean, what's the point
Yeah,
of
sure.
being
We can
outside?
collect more.
Yes.
Yeah, let's collect more.
Uh-huh. We can work together.
His face broke into a wide grin. We'll get a bunch. With a renewed victor, you ran out into the hill.
Vigor.
You're not vigor.
Sorry.
With renewed vigor, you ran out into the hill. Not sure how much time passed while you were in the thick of it. All you could focus on was adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many you caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background.
Sheena!
Sheena, this way! You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arm in front of him, reaching it with his fingers and only narrowly missing his target. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies in the direction of each of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times when you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Luckily, disaster was avoided each time. It was an overall huge success, with both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun, a lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happy that he had enjoyed the activity.
Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Sheena, Cove, get up here, we're gonna have a race. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. You glanced over to see them both standing on top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew that there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From corner of your eye, you saw Cove was coming as well. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might have been intrigued just by the idea of a race.
Hi.
Cove!
Hi, Cove. You can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You'll be the referee for the rest of us. As Lizzie pointed out, Cove froze in place. Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned at his cast. The second time it got away tonight. That was the second time it got away in the way tonight. I cannot read today. I don't know why. So
It's fine.
frick. Okay, and this wasn't even the first time she'd asked him to be referee for one of her sudden races. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets to the bottom first. That's important. Got it?
I guess.
Lizzie. God. I feel bad for Cole because, like, yeah, he has a cast on and he can't play as much, which sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I got my leg. So falling asleep again. The cast was sturdy. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have just been looking for a reason to make someone else be the referee, but it was already decided. You got into position for the race. I'll stay with Cove. I'm gonna do something else. I want to stay with Cove.
Stay with Cove, yes. I would do that too.
Yeah.
Just to keep him company.
Just to keep him company. I don't want to leave him
Because,
alone.
you know, he feels left out.
Yeah,
if
it's really
he-
sad because
Yeah.
he can't do anything.
Yeah,
Stupid cast-ons, and it's not his fault. So
it isn't.
I'll stay with Cove.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Why? You don't have to.
It's okay. I want to watch.
You moved beside him on top of the hill, even though Lizzie eyed you and made a face. That's not how races work. We need one referee. Shrugging your shoulders, you refused to budge, and Lizzie let out a huff before throwing her hands in the air. Fine, I'll be the winner whether you join or not. Lizzie.
She's so funny.
Like such a kid, and I love the writing of her.
Yeah.
Despite me not liking
She's
her
so
character, I really do
realistic.
like the writing because it's so realistic to how like most children are.
Yeah.
Lizzie moved to
Especially when they're older.
yeah. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Charlotte did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Countdown! Cove stood up a little straighter. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duty seriously. 3, 2, 1, go! Lizzie and Charlotte took off, letting gravity do the work and rolling at high speed towards the bottom of the hill. You and Cove leaned forward to watch them go, eyes peeled for which of the two would reach the bottom first. They were both neck and neck until about halfway down on the hill. Lizzie started to veer off to the side, giving Shiloh a huge advantage. You obviously hadn't noticed a thing as soon as Shiloh reached the bottom of the hill. He jumped up excitedly and threw his hands in the air.
I won!
Almost immediately, he fell back onto the grass, still dizzy from his roll down the hill. Lizzie stomped out of the bush she had ended up in, spluttering angrily and brushing leaves off from the front of her dress. Not bad, you got lucky. Let's do it again. Let's see who wins for real.
Kids, it's time to come in.
Ugh.
No! You snickered, feeling grateful you hadn't been a part of the mini debacle you caught. You caught Cove's eyes and saw that he was doing the same. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way down out of the hills, but the cold in the air didn't dampen anyone's spirits. The four of you walked back home together side by side down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening, with each person trying to prove that they were the ones who caught the most fireflies. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered is that you all had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did.
That's nice.
That's nice. And I forgot how short that was. Which is really
that was really short.
It's
I
really
forgot.
short. I think this is one of my favorite moments because of how like simple and nice it is. It's not
is.
too like dramatic.
It's not.
It's not.
Which is good.
Yeah. So anyways, so that is Fireflies. We will be seeing you next time for another moment. Hopefully,
Yeah.
maybe another DLC. Who knows?
Yeah,
We
maybe.
can decide on that day. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, so before we end off, be sure to check the links down below for social medias and places where you can get the game. And recently GB Patch Games released a website for our life, which will tell you
Yeah, it'll be fun.
dates for upcoming DLC and special stuff like future stuff for future people, all that and
All that.
so great sentence. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will be heading out.
Yeah. Later. Bye.